Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is VANO. So today on DudeGlam, I'm going to be reviewing the newly released Morphe foundation. They just came out with their Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. It just hit stores, Ulta first, and then I think it comes to Morphe like next week, so I had to go and try this out. It just came out yesterday and I was like, I have to do this. If you watch my 2020 holiday glam video, then you know that I was raving about how much I love the OG Morphe foundation, and it still is a tried and true of mine. Like, that definitely came into rotation as one of the foundations that I love to use every day on and off camera. So I'm super excited to see how this one plays up against the OG. Now I know that was very let's just say that it was widely loved or widely criticized when Morphe first came out with their foundation. So I'm very excited to see how they have changed, reformulated, and just kind of expanded on their original take for foundation. It also came with a brush, so I'm so excited. I don't have the sponge that was released, but that's also totally fine with me because I've become more of a brush person right now anyway. So I'm so excited to just play around with this today and see how it lives up. I will be doing an 8-hour wear test, so definitely stick around to the end of the video to see all my final thoughts and how it plays throughout the rest of the day here. If you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I love having everyone on here and following the DudeGlam journey, and give this video a big thumbs up and hit the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to play around with the new Morphe foundation with me today, then keep on watching. Alright, well, I guess we're starting off this week with another foundation review. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who watched my Huda Beauty foundation review. Like, that meant so much to me, you guys. I really appreciate the support, the comments, the positivity. Please keep it coming. I love interacting with all of you down in the comments and just getting your take and having a great open discussion about the products, other products you love. So again, thank you so much for all of the positive response on that video. It really did mean a lot to me. But anyway, we are not here to talk about Huda Beauty today. We are here to talk about Morphe. So this actually launched early in Ulta yesterday on January 31st, and it will be in Morphe stores and on Morphe.com on February 16th. So you have another 15 days to wait for Morphe, but if you are near an Ulta, you can go grab this right now. Now, I am not sponsored by Morphe. I'm not affiliated with them. So of course I had to run out to Ulta this morning and pick this up to review it for you guys. I ended up getting shade medium 11, which has more of like a peach undertone. So I'm hoping that'll match really well with the shade that I use with the OG Morphe foundation, and that is the F2.70. That also has a peach undertone, so I'm just hoping that will be a really good match. I also got this cute little pamphlet that came with it this morning. This is like my PR package. This long-wearing oil-free natural finish foundation hydrates skin and blurs imperfections for the ultimate soft focused look. It's infused with hyaluronic acid, which is amazing, a skin smoothing moisture booster, vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant, glycerin, a hydrator for a healthy looking glow. And then it's all in French as well, because, you know, we love French. And then it came also with like these little testers here as well too, and actually medium 11 is in here. So just in case medium 11 is a little too light for me, I do have the option to go in with tan 17 just to make it a little bit closer to my skin tone if I need to. I also picked up the brush, which I was really excited about. This came along with the launch, and this is supposed to replace, if I'm correct, actually no, let me go on their website real quick just to make sure I'm getting this all correct for all of you. So this is the Morphe E63 Wide Angle Foundation Brush. This is a foundation, bronzer, and contour brush that have met their match. This brush can find and blend out every area on your face. So you got a lot to hold up to there. It is kind of angled a little bit. Do you see that? It's kind of got a little bit of an angle, and then it's very wide. So compared to my Huda and Fenty brushes, this is what they all look like. The Huda one is also angled, kind of like the Morphe, and then the Fenty one is wide, but not as wide obviously as the Morphe ones. And then they also came out with a microfiber beauty sponge, and that is supposed to help create a smooth, natural looking finish with this velvety microfiber sponge. Now, if you're new to DudeGlam, hi, my name is VANO, but I want to let you all know that I have been obsessed with one of these Morphe sponges for the longest time. I just love the way it's cut with the angles here to do foundation and really cut your face when you're doing powder. And then of course the rounded side to really get in there and put powder here, blend everything out. This is like my ride or die. I love that sponge. So here's what the component looks like outside of the packaging. It is super luxe, you guys. And I believe that is glass. This is what the old one looks like compared to it. So very different just in terms of packaging. This one has 28 ml of product while the old one has 30 ml, so you're getting a little bit less in here. I've done my skincare, so my skin is prepped and ready to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this to my face and we'll see what happens. Okay. So let's see how this looks and blend. Oh my gosh, okay. All right, just from doing that first little section right here with those two pumps, I can really see that it started to even out my skin tone. It was very lightweight just in terms of the feel as it kind of moved around on my skin. It really feels very lightweight. The brush is super, super soft, and it did a really good job of spreading the product around without really, getting rid of too much of it. I don't really see too much left on the brush here. So let's go ahead and see what happens when I apply just one more pump on this side, which I feel is like the first pump. That's kind of like something that happened in my Huda Beauty review where I didn't think that I had that much coverage, but of course it's like a brand new bottle. So now compared to their full coverage Fluidity foundation, this is much lighter. I can really see, like I said, a lot more of my actual skin showing through. It does feel super, super light on my face. Like, to me, this feels medium to light. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments right now. Just from seeing this, what do you feel? It did a really beautiful job of blurring out my skin, but I can still see my skin. Does that make sense? I really like to have a full coverage foundation, so let me see if I can build this up. Okay, now that is a second pump on just this part of my face. This has a really beautiful luminosity to it. It's really nice. It adds a beautiful kind of healthy glow to the skin. Obviously it doesn't look like glowy, but it just has that kind of radiating glow from within. It's super, super nice. One other thing I forgot to mention too is that this formula is much more liquidy than the original, but to me, after just doing 2 pumps, this still feels like it's medium coverage. I still see a lot of my skin showing and like my beard underneath, and I'm not knocking the fact that you can obviously pretty much see my beard in most of my videos if I don't color correct, and even then sometimes you still might see a little bit of it. Just so you all know, my skin type is combination oily, but it leans a little bit more towards like the oily side. So especially in the center part of my face is really where I get a lot of the oil buildup. The outer part of my face is pretty like neutral when it comes to how makeup takes to it. So right now in my T-zone area, after using the brush and the sponge, it looks really beautiful. Like, it has a really nice finish. It's evenly covered, but like if I look up close, the makeup is already starting to settle in my nose lines. So that is a little, I'm hoping that when I apply my concealers and everything and set it, that it will stay put. This is first impressions. I've applied, let's say like 2.5 pumps to my entire face, and yeah, it's already starting to break up around my nose line. So I'm gonna be paying attention to that. For contour, I'm using the Morphe contour stick in 16, and let's get to contouring. All right, so I'm using the brush to blend out that contour. Ooh, that does a really good job of blending contour. It did pick up a lot of the product, and also I do have some of the foundation in the brush, so that's also probably why it's looking a little bit lighter than I normally like. But just in terms of blending, this brush is doing a really good job. I'm gonna go back in now with the 17 contour stick and deepen this up just a little bit more. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Now with the Morphe concealer in C2.15, I'm gonna go ahead and start to conceal my face here. So this brush is not meant for concealer, so I'm not gonna do that today. Oh, you know what? While we're waiting for that to dry, let me go back in here with number 16 and do my nose contour. What am I thinking? For anyone out there who has a similar skin tone to me, this concealer in C2.15 and the foundation in medium 11 is really good at just concealing without brightening and making sure that everything is really nice and blended together. So I mean, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but definitely in person, it looks really, really good, and it has a really good match. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set this with my Huda Beauty setting powder in Cupcake. This is a little bit more pinky, so it will definitely neutralize the yellow going on underneath my eyes and hopefully brighten it a little bit. All right, so I've gone ahead and set all of the foundation and concealer underneath my eyes and on my nose. What do you all think so far? I feel like my skin looks really good. It looks really healthy. It looks luminous. It's really holding true, I feel like, more in a medium to light full coverage. This really doesn't look like it's getting too cakey, if that makes sense. Now, I don't know if you can see, but right here in my forehead, the foundation is starting to settle a little bit in my wrinkles, my small wrinkles. So that's a little kind of like, for me, because I do enjoy foundations that have a little bit more playtime in terms of adding product, playing with it, making sure it's all blended before these lines start to settle in. Okay, let's take a look at my nose here again. So I did say in the beginning of the video that I didn't like that the foundation was clumping so quickly after I applied it here, and then again after my forehead as well too, but after I set it, it pretty much is staying put. Oh, who else loves Dunkin' Donuts? I have been a diehard fan for Dunkin' since I was like 3. I mean, I'm obsessed with just everything Dunkin' Donuts. Leave a comment down below or a thumbs up if you are also a Dunkin' Donuts fanatic. And I have a fun video coming in the future, so stay tuned for that, and subscribe if you have not already. Okay, let's go back in and now bronze up this face. So I'm taking the Morphe bronzer in Icon, and let's add a little bit more life back here. All right, what do you guys think so far? I'm actually pretty impressed now that I'm seeing everything kind of set. I was a little concerned there, to be honest, when I saw the buildup happening in my nose and my forehead like I talked about, but now that everything is kind of set, it's looking really beautiful. I still feel like it's a little bit light for my beard area versus like a super high full coverage, but of course, you know, we all saw how that was going when I was blending it all out. So I can't be mad at it. This is just like personal preference at this point. I don't really have anything bad to say at this point. Now I have been wearing the foundation for a little bit over an hour. I still have another 7 hours to go in terms of wear time, and then I'll check back in with you guys. So that'll be around like 10 o'clock at night. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and I will be right back. All right, so here's what the makeup looks like now, completely done with everything on. It is looking good. There's barely any movement around my nose and my forehead, which is what I was really concerned about. So I'm gonna go do the rest of my day. I've got some emails to answer. I've got some cleaning to do. Maybe I'll do a little Marie Kondo. Who's to say? But anyway, I will check back in with you guys around 10, maybe 11 o'clock tonight. I have been wearing this now for like maybe 2.5 hours. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Anyway, I will see you guys later tonight to give you all my final thoughts and opinions and wrap up this video. All right, you guys, it is officially 10:20, so I have had this foundation on now for a little over 8 hours, and this is the result. I have not touched anything up. My lip came off a little bit after I had some dinner, but I haven't done anything in terms of like powdering, making sure that I'm touching this up. I just let my face go. I ended up doing some work at the house. I ended up doing some cleaning. Now, if I'm taking a closer look, I do see that the foundation is starting to come off on my upper lip here, as well as right under here on my chin. Those are usually the two main places where my foundation and mostly like the majority of my makeup will always come off first. I do think though that because this is such a thin foundation, there is hyaluronic acid in it, you know, it's more of like a skincare mixed with foundation. That's another reason as to why the makeup was not adhering as well. In other full coverage foundations, that's not really a problem for me unless I'm sweating excessively. But for something like this, I kind of almost assumed it was gonna happen based on how thin the foundation was and how many layers I had to apply. It just seemed like that was gonna be the case going into this, so I'm not really upset about that at all. Well, overall, you guys, this foundation held up really, really well. It didn't break apart in any area that I honestly didn't expect it to, because I kind of figured with a foundation that's this light, it was bound to happen. Everywhere else though, like around here, my cheeks, my jawline, my forehead, like this foundation held up really, really well. Is this something that I would personally use? Not really. But when I think about the overall quality of how this looks on the skin, it's beautiful. For me though, I'm most definitely gonna stick to their original formula. I really, really like how that looks on my skin. If you have not watched my holiday glam video, I will link it above and below so you can see just how beautifully that worked for me. Well, that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone who comes on here and takes the time to watch these videos and experiences this journey with me through music, art, and fashion. I think this is a great addition to the Morphe collection. I just really, really, really hope they do not get rid of their original formula, because I love it so much. Anyway, you guys, thank you again so much for watching today's video. Definitely go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. Check out the foundation for yourself, and I will see you in my next video. All right, bye.